is just another thing for child play. My statement I'm trying to make: Nigeria, it needs to be divided. Nigeria needs to be finished. Nigeria needs to be destroyed. Nigeria should not ever exist, because there is no war in the air. The white man can come in and create a country and give you, and you answer and you take. And everything that happens, the people that give you the country, they know every single thing that happened in that country. They cannot raise alarm. They cannot say, hey, this has to be stopped. They cannot put end of it. And you guys, the people, they're calling themselves, I'm talking about those people still hammering about Nigeria, and they're still existing, are calling themselves in Nigeria. How do you know who is in Nigeria? Now, the northern place, you see what they're doing, they start looting. They're calling it the hunger. And their government, then when they raise against NSAS, when this stupid man called himself Buhari, when he started transferring all the whole terrorists from Sahara, from anywhere. So they didn't know there would be a hunger. There would be something like this that coming.
Exactly. When all this terrorism was going on, did they ever remember when it's going to be, the repercussion where there will be no food, where farmers are being killed and all of that? Like, didn't they see this coming?
And then all now, these people, are you calling yourself? You cannot see how these terrorists get armed. How did they have a possession of guns?
They are harming them there now. They are using Nigeria allocation to buy weapons for terrorists while they leave their people in abject poverty. We do know what they are up to there, don't we?
And to be honest with you, if I am in that Nigeria, because I just came back from there not too long ago, and I see a lot of things that are going on. If I am in that Nigeria, I'm not be armed, I will not live there.
You get what I mean?
Because the reason why,
you have a state governor. See, sir, you have a state governor that gave 500 million naira to terrorists because they were making deal that the terrorists said they will not kidnap people anymore in the state. Guess that state, sir, Katsina, where Boko Haram comes from, Gogogogo. The governor gave 500 million naira to terrorists. And then 2 months later, the terrorists kidnapped more people. And guess what he said? He said, they deceived us. They betrayed us. We thought we had a deal. You had a deal with terrorists? And you gave them 500 million naira of your money, of people's money? Eh?
No.
Isn't that you giving them money to go and reham? You see, in Zamfara, Matawale, who is now the Minister of State, this guy spent 795 million, almost 800 million naira, buying vehicles and paying salaries to repentant terrorists until they stopped paying. Nigeria money, all of this happened under APC.
Let me make this quick. I was in the East. Okay. To God who made me, the God I swear that in the grave of my mom. That guy is lucky and I'm lucky. Now we're going. This happened in Owerri, in Oji side. So the guys, they pull in, and there was in the healers, the white healers, and there was a traffic, and they just stopped. They're not moving. And I was so ambitious, and I tell them, can you move the fucking your car? Excuse for my language.
No,
the guy came up with the AK-40. The guy came up in the AK-47. And before I know it, he started cussing us. This is a pure terrorist. And as this guy came up with a monkey in front of me, as the experience I have, I've been a work in U.S. Navy and the government. And this guy came up with a monkey with AK-47. There is no way to identify who the hell this guy is. And before I know what's going on, this guy released a bullet in the air.
In the air, yeah?
I step back and look on my car. I do not have my gun. I could open a fire at that bastard.
You thought you were in the States, right? Because ordinarily when somebody does that to you in the States, you quickly have to jump back to your cars and get yourself, strapped. Is that what you could use the word strapped, right?
That guy is lucky and I am lucky. Let me put it that way. He is lucky and I am lucky
too.
Because he does not have a right. I'm not a criminal. I do not threaten. I don't push any threat on him. Why did he come out and release the gun and threaten to shoot me?
It's an unreal place.
And it's not a place that they are human beings supposed to live in.
It's unreal.
You see all these checking points in the East. Those are supervised by the governors, especially in the east, in the Imo state. Army checking point close to the city. In some of them inside the house where people live. And this same man call himself Wopus or them. He's not doing anything about this. What are they doing with the money? Why they extorting money from the people? And this is a clear arm robbing. The arm and the robbing people.
Yes,
because
the government
is not supposed. Yeah, they call it as a checking point to search and look. What are you searching? Did your government that sponsor you does not have any money to put you in a personal car, to put you in the car that have a AC where you can relax and you or mark car or something that you can be able to enjoy that they enjoy. They just send you out to escape terrorizing people. And you see how they're including all these terrorists in the army and the police and the DSS because they know what they're doing. They try to Islamize everybody and it's not gonna work.
Well,
it's never gonna work.
They can tell themselves that this doesn't seem that it's gonna work. And the fear of the people right now is that we pray that Nigeria will not enter another civil war soon. But if Nigeria should go into another civil war, Nigeria will not survive it. We all know.
And if the people don't rise up to start a civil war on their own self, everybody will die slowly.
We will all die.
And there is nothing painful death than a slow death.
I know. Thank you so much. Okay?
Yeah, let me leave it right here. Thank you for what you are doing. Please keep on pushing. And we thank you and we keep on listening for you. Thank you very much for taking my call.
You take it easy, sir. Okay. So that's a Mazi there calling us from Kansas City, Kansas. That's the United States, now. Anyway, thank you very much. My line is still opened, okay? And you can still be a part of this. I've got 40 minutes left to go. That's quite some time, okay? We've only had just 2 calls, and that was the longest one I've had tonight. So let's take this. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Yes,
this is Saolu from London.
Saolu, you're back again. How are you today?
Yeah. Good. And yourself?
I'm very well, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Yeah,
we've had an interesting conversation tonight. Which of them are you picking on?
I will pick on let me just pick on one and I will talk on another one.
Okay then.
Firstly, there's a video in circulation. I don't know whether you've seen it. In some part of Abuja, you will see big houses, like kilometers of estate that everybody
tonight.
Everybody is disappeared. I did. Everybody is disappeared from there. Nobody is living there. Ghost town. Completely ghost town. Nobody. It tells you we are just the button is just far there. Somebody will press it soon. It's telling you something is when something is cooking and you are adding pepper to something that you never taste it. By the time you taste it, then you will know something is cooking. Something is cooking.
I never even see it that way. I didn't even see it that way when I was talking about. I was pretty much like, these were abandoned properties from probably those who stole money to build some of them.
For where people don't run from there. Nobody.
So people go wrong, can't leave their property empty like that. You think so? That's massive. I've seen some of the videos you're talking about. Scary stuff.
I've seen it. The guy that did the video, I was reading underneath the comment. They didn't just flare in one day. They have to run for their life.
It was steady, right?
It's a gradual process.
It's a gradual.
Yeah. Let me pick on this better one. That girl did not act alone.
I believe. She
didn't act alone. What fucked her up was overconfidence. She was overconfident that those people that are in that villa, they are working together. But he now stepped on that woman.
Out, over 3 billion naira.
Yes. And when the other woman saw that, she cleared some money, and the other woman too diverted the money. So by the time she wanted to check the rest of the money, she noticed that the woman is cleared the money, and that was the Hausa woman. Yes. So by the time they sacked the woman too, the woman brought out the memo and said that, look, this is what is going on. So the whole thing exposed, and they've seen that this woman is exposed this thing. So we have no other option. If this woman has to go, that person has to go. You get it?
I'm with you. And remembering that if all of us are honest, right? that ministry was actually started by Bukwari for his girlfriend, Shadia.
It
wasn't part of any plan at all.
No.
So which means they will dominate these northerners. I mean, northern actually dominate that ministry.
Yes.
So Better is coming in as a fresher to come and it's making sense now. So
you get it.
Continue.
There was a video, yeah. You see that Better? There was a video that they went for a meeting, I think somewhere in Kogi or something, and he wanted to give those people, like secretary and those people that was around her, money for food. He wasn't giving them. She was giving them dollars.
And they recorded the video and put
it. Recorded the video.
I remember.
And you can hear some outside the background.
Yeah,
that tells you that.
Yoruba, I saw them too.
Yeah. So that tells you that. Togiri Obalanu, Alangba Oliwonu. She was naive, she was young, naive, and she was just like enjoying life.
Yeah. See her now. See, Baba. Better wrote the minister of what have you. She was telling wrote the accountant general, and she was telling her that that they should work together and warehouse 66 billion.
Yeah.
Like, don't let us return to the cover. More warehouse them.
When she writes all those things, is it not those people that types it? He has to go under those people. They saw those things.
She didn't type them. You are right. People did them.
She
approved and signed only for them to end up in public. Okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave now. But I was having a fight with one particular guy. I was looking for his name before I called. His name is Dr. Dak or something. Right. This guy is in UK. But I keep having every fight when he starts talking about people leaking government memo. What's it called? Steve something synergize. He will just be quoting some law. I just keep replying back to him, bastard, straight away.
I know.
I just keep. This I'm telling you, it tells you that I know if Nigeria divide, we still have a lot of work to do, but. Like what I said what I said yesterday, we need full reorientation of our people. But for now, let everybody go their own way.
We'll start from that one first. I agree. But the rot is deeper. And I told people, I said, exposing Better Edu is not because those who exposed her really care about me and you. No.
They did it on a vendetta basis.
Dog eat dog.
Yeah. You know what make I chop? Go chop.
You said no go. Sure you get. So none of this is done. So if they are fighting themselves, exposing themselves, you and I, for some reason, we should see it as an opportunity to understand what is going on in there.
And again, just a quick one.
Yes, sir.
You see that Edo State? Each of those parties have two candidates. So make you dig.
We don't even know which one. And now for PDP, the deputy governor, they're about to remove him now. He's a candidate he believes, right? In APC, there's another candidate apart from the one you see the poster. In Labour Party, no, there's another candidate that they believe that.
Baba. Yeah, Baba. Saulu, let me allow other people.
You should have a good evening, okay?
Okay, you too.
Good one, sir. That is Saulu. Now, their politics is so dirty that the young people that you think might be different, a lot of them have learned a lot. They're just, some of them are actually like closet Hitlers, who are also biding their time, waiting for their own turn before they will strike. Here is another caller here. Hello there.
Hello, Maigo.
Yes, sir. How are you?
This is that Austin?
Austin?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I got that. I've been waiting for this moment, Austin. I said, if Austin calls me 3 days in a row, I am going to recognize his number and I'm going to recognize his face. And this is my first time of trying it, and I was right. How are you tonight, Austin?
I'm very well. I've been listening to you as usual, and let me commend you for your "I Have a Dream" speech. It's quite moving.
Until I was like, going to lose the track. I said, no, that's enough. Now, you dream enough.
Yeah, I got to, you got to a point. I thought you went into a little bit of higher dimension, a little bit higher than the normal. I really,
because I do have a dream.
I really enjoyed.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed the rendition, your passion, and the way you put things, the way it came across, and when you started and when you finished. You see, the point is this: I could see a lot, and people say things. They come up and say a lot of things, and if you notice, everything has to uh, do with basically the same thing, which is the Nigerian character. The Nigerian character and what Nigerians are doing to themselves. You see the way Nigeria is. When Obi spoke about a Zamfara state alone can, is it Zamfara said, can, or Bauchi can,
he was talking about
Niger,
Borno, all these places.
exactly. Niger can feed Nigeria, and it is not. These are not fables. These are not fables. These are truths. Exactly. These are the true things that people don't see. The reason most people followed Obi, the reason I believe, I never knew Obi when he was governor. I saw him make a few speeches long after. I started asking, I asked one of my cousins, who is this guy? Then he told me, I said, this guy seemed to know what Nigeria needs. And, the comment was, would they let him? And it came true, they wouldn't let him. But anyway, what I look at the first time I called, I mentioned, if Oduduwa becomes a country, if Biafra becomes a country, would it succeed? I think that most people won't be happy with that. The reason I say that, if you look at the character of Nigerians, it's the same. Now, when Buhari was coming, everybody was saying, "Oh, this and that and that." Oh, Buhari is good. He's the ex-military man. He will do this. He will do that. He will do that. I remember in England at the time, some people were, because Jonathan became the scapegoat of this terrible Nigerian character. But then people were saying,
was like the worst thing ever. And then Buhari was like
exactly
the coming of
an angel. Yes, even on Christina Mampo. That I don't hate people. I don't say I despise her, because she became the trumpet, the Western trumpet.
I remember that
for the
when she
APC.
Had, Jonathan in Davos that same year when they now had the election, right? It was. I mean,
yes.
You are making me remember some of those days, but I'll leave that to you. Continue, Austin.
Yeah, exactly. At the time, as much as I thought I knew about Nigeria, I never understood the Nigerian politics. You begin to see things from certain perspective, living in the West, and you see things. Look, I live in a country that practice parliamentary democracy. Politics. You and I know every Wednesday the Prime Minister goes to the Parliament, and he has to go there. He has to be asked questions, and he has to speak.
Prime Minister answer this or something like that. That's it.
Exactly. It stands on. You have to, even if you lie, they will catch you. And if you look at so that's his job. The opposition leader has his job. There are parliamentary opposition parliamentarians. Both sides do ask questions. Some ask favorable questions. Some really ask hard on. He has to answer, and before he comes, he prepares. He prepares. And when people notice that the likes of, permit me to make reference to this man again, because I'll speak. One of the things I want to talk about is the role of politicians, civil servants, journalists, and the hangers on, those who follow them, in the destruction of Nigeria. They all have a role, and I think that if you remove the politicians, because they have election cycle, although some of them force themselves to keep coming back, at the bottom, the foundation of this corrupt, rotten system is the civil service.
I know. It's actually the bedrock
and around
the civil service.
The civil service is the bedrock, the engineers.
Looting, the stealing, everything. They are those who uses their experience, right, to ensure that the smooth movement of money is done without trace.
Exactly.
And if they want to expose the politician they stole money for, now them go release documents and traces to those who should have them so that they can go after them. They are the rock bottom. Or go on, Baba.
They are if you permit me to say this, they are the technicians and the engineers of the corrupt system that we have today. If the civil service, that's why, in fact, the institutions are not strong. Like you see, the SSS, EFCC, they're all rubbish. They're all just, jobbers. They're all criminals. They're criminals because for the Nigerians, it's like, there's something I used to say. The chicken. If you have rice, and if you go out there, chicken free range, they're out there, and you start dropping rice for the chicken, they'll follow you.
They will.
They'll follow you as far as you go. And you don't drop everything to them. So if you drop everything to them, they stop and eat. And then you keep going, they don't care about you, you go.
So you that is dropping enough, or teaching them, making them feel like you are dropping when you are not yet, so that you can have something or reason to follow you. Sad.
Thank you. That is the same, that is the copycat, that is the system, that is the plan, the strategy of Nigerian politicians. See what they're doing? People would think that Tinubu is stupid. Of course, he doesn't know what he's doing. But there's a plan to it. And he's doing it in a way that is exposing him. Their plan is to keep Nigeria the way you keep chicken with the rice following you. They don't want to do anything to make you comfortable. Otherwise, they'll become irrelevant. You see, what Tinubu is doing, he's doing it deliberately. Look at what he did. He bought yacht. He put money in his wife, who is not elected. She has no role in the constitution. Give her money. They are building vice president house with 15 billion.
Over 50 billion was budgeted in the supplementary.
50 billion.
In the 2024 budget, they budgeted 176 billion naira for our office. Some people don't even probably know that.
Exactly.
Okay, you get the 50 billion for supplementary for last year. But continue, Austin.
And if you notice, Michael, you're in Scotland. What Liz Truss, she didn't serve for more than three months. In fact, not up to about 3 months. What removes her is the supplementary budget. That's an emergency budget to fix things immediately, to begin to reposition the economic direction of the country, which is to make things
cost money here for cost of living crisis and the rest. Remember, it was around that time
exactly,
and she was playing delay tactic with it. She wasn't coming up with any real plan until they said, "Oh, you will have to go." That's why it was this guy who now came to come and finalize that. Sunak, remember?
Thank you.
Prime Minister, I don't know anything that she's not turning up in time. And the whole thing, the whole financial whatever in the country was like already a mess. She had no idea, or she didn't come up with any idea in time. And now our party, they tell us, you go leave. You have to leave before you cause us problem.
Our party, can you imagine that?
You have to go.
Exactly. Her party, the reason is
we were saying they should call general election.
Nobody.
They better call general election now. They better call general election now. We don't vote for this list. So you remember now her party remover.
Of course. And if you look back,
you know what? No, not take on a job. I'm an MP. I'll go back to where I come from. And she went.
Exactly. And if you look back, if you look back to the way the system works since 2008, when Cameron came in, there had not been election until Boris Johnson, and the same party changed prime minister from Cameron to what's her name, the lady that this guy took over from before Boris Johnson came.
What's her name?
Yeah, she was the Home Office secretary.
She was Home Office.
She was the Home Office secretary before she took over. In fact, she was the one that messed up the. She was the one that messed up the Home Office system, where a lot of fees are being added and then punishing. But anyway, that's not the point I was going to say. But if you look at
Theresa May,
Theresa May, thank you. That's her name. Exactly. From Theresa May, then Boris Johnson won the election. After Boris Johnson, how many prime ministers have we had? We've had Liz Truss. Exactly.
Johnson,
so
we've had Theresa May,
Liz Truss,
and we now have a Sunak. So we've actually had three after Johnson. Wow.
No, actually, I think it was Johnson pushed out Theresa May. Remember, Johnson actually played this Brexit politics.
Sorry.
Yes, it was Theresa May. It was Johnson actually pushed. Johnson actually pushed out, Theresa May with this Brexit nonsense, But anyway, but what I'm trying to say is this: Britain is only about 6 hours flight away from Nigeria, and Britain is the colonial masters to Nigeria.
Right.
Britain is the one that so-called now we're complaining about this contraption. It was their own design, and they kept things away. But the fact is, what surprises me, what I'm worried about, is the Nigerian reliance on history. This is history. This is history's past. I'm not saying that to get Oduduwa nation or to get Biafra is not a good idea. It is a good idea because if you create a system where people power is kind of localized, it works better because the people understand themselves. They make certain things that
when people tell us that Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable, and we all know the history of people saying that, we know why. That's why most people.
No, the reason that.
Go on.
I think, sorry, Mayogun, I think that should not be something that should gaslight people who really believe in independence of the regions, whether they're breaking away as republics or a country for themselves, or they want to be in a confederation. You remember when Russia broke up? Yeah, when Russia broke up, they became a confederation, and then eventually they became their own Estonia and all that. They're individual. Things do happen gradually, but why Nigeria is like this is not just the Fulanis. Let's look back, look inside. Let me give you one example. There was a story that a man in his house lost his key because it was dark. There was no light. He lost his key in the house, and he saw you across the street. There's a street light. Instead of looking for ways to look for the key in his house, to look for a lamp or whatever, he went across the road because there's light there. He was looking for his key there. And there are people who say, "Oh, are you okay?" He said, "Oh, he lost his key. He's looking for it." Oh, say, "Don't worry, we'll help you look for it." And they said, looking for it. And one of them now asked, "Excuse me, sir, where did you actually lose the key?" And he said, "Oh, I dropped it in the house." And the guy was like, "Excuse me?" And we are looking for your key outside when you dropped your key in the house. I think it's the same scenario. The problem is with us, but we're looking outside. We are looking really outside. Uzodima, Wike, Amechi, Odili, these are not Fulanis. I am from Rivers State. And I'm very close to the east. If you look at the map, the way they carved the east, they blocked them off. That is an injustice, but that's beside the point. That's the part of the argument. But who is now destroying the East? Who is collaborating with this so-called center, the federal government, to create this problem for the East? Is partly the Igbos. Yes. They are working with these people. If you go to Rivers, they see what Wike. You see what Wike did.
Igbos who actually know this too, and they will tell you that they know that those who have made it. Are so difficult, right, for Igbos to actually have real mainstream in Nigeria, okay? Leaving out all of this profiling and the rest, including even without leaving out the profiling, okay? Let's even add the profiling. All these things happening, right? Without the blessing of the real Igbo political class, none of this will actually be the lot of the Igbos. But
at all, my Igbo. So when from the beginning, when they brought this Buhari guy, somebody 3 days ago or 2 days ago, somebody mentioned this 3.5 billion naira that went missing when Buhari was the PTF or whatever chairman. They stole this money, 3-point-something million. That was when Obasanjo was the president, the military president. You remember Obasanjo handed over to Shagari. Okay. Within that period, they colluded and stole. Do you remember the case of 78 suitcases that flew in and nobody could account for it? Look, yeah, we've had all these problems. So the reason when Aman Paul was promoting Buhari and the APC, and people are afraid, the Christian Association of Nigeria was afraid that or people are saying that they're going to Islamize Nigeria. I didn't believe that. I'm just laugh it off. I'm like, come on, we have our senators, we have our reps, we have our governors. How can these people go? But it's happening in my very open eyes.
I know.
Yes, and I'm like, oh, this is why these Northerners think that they are something. I did my youth service in Kano, and I had good time there.
A lot of people
I did my youth service in Ghana. I had it
when they were going through these unity schools, when they were serving. That's why a lot of people are so shocked with the level of bigotry in the country today.
I never knew.
I never knew. I noticed any of that. In fact,
no, I never knew. I was very welcome there, frankly.
Back then, we never really did any importance to them. But look at us today, sir.
No.
See what these guys.
When I was in Kano, when I did my youth service, frankly, for the love I had, I wanted to go back to Port Harcourt and work. I had some things on my mind. Otherwise, I would have taken up a job in Kano, because I have very good time. You have professionals, you have mostly some journalists. See, there was a good time, but my annoyance is that I'm sorry. My annoyance is that I'll just go. My annoyance is that people should start looking back. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I thank you for the time.
See, evening time call. I know a lot of us do not even see it that way. Okay, I have a caller by the way, but I'm coming to you. See, if I call you when you've been with me, because I'm the one checking the time. Okay, so sometimes, right? I know a lot of people get angry that they are unable to call in. I do my best, but one thing is that sometimes when you're on this program, okay, when you're talking, you won't even notice your time is gone. You won't even notice that you've been talking for like 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. And me, if you're making sense, I will continue talking to you and all that, but sometimes I just feel like, it's kind of unfair to some of others who are like making effort to join and call too. So I apologize there, Austin, okay? So when I say, when I call your name, you can easily just know that let's round it up, okay? But our time is so done. This will be my last caller tonight. I hope you are still connected. Hello there.
I'm here.
Baba. How are you, Baba?
Chief Adeyemo from Canada.
Chief Adeyemo from Canada, you said. Nah, that's our first. This must be our
first. Yes.
Right?
So no, I've called a few times. I listen every day.
How come?
Yes.
So like, I'm speaking to you for the first time. Chief, how are you today?
Oh no. I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for a very good job that you are doing.
Thank you.
Now I want to speak quickly. I know your time is fast spent. I want to speak quickly.
But if you feel like you're generous enough for another person, then you can make it quick. But anyway, sir, you've got the floor. Go for it.
All right. So one important thing I want to say tonight regarding the Fulanis in Nigeria. If we go back to history, you will notice from our nation, from the birth of Nigeria, we have vibrant South. And when I say South, I'm referring to the East and the West this time. They had vibrant and prosperous nation. Also in the North at that point in time, but the South have an edge. They came in, they ruined that economy by bringing this unitary kind of government. That is what we're struggling with today. Yes. When Obasanjo came, another Southerner, he was able to recover all the lost money, all the loans were forgiven. They came, they ruined it again. Baba. These people are not into nation building. They're into destruction, simple. They don't want the Dubai of this world to happen in Nigeria. They love the Mecca. They go to Umrah 10 times a year, but they don't want it to happen in our land. They just come to destroy. Now, that is for that. Now, I go to the issue of the children of Tinubu practically leading the entourage.
And then they themselves, sort of abusing diplomatic etiquette. Is that not what is ethics? Okay.
Exactly. You see, I heard some people few months back, if you remember last year, Tinubu walked out his son from the Federal Executive.
I remember, and it was breaking news.
And people were commending him. I said, this is not, you see, if you see what is happening with the Yalojas of this world, the exuberance of Sheyi and Co., and even the wife of our president is donating billions and nothing that doesn't exist constitutionally. This is the government of nonchalant people. How can we subject our nation to a disgrace at the world level by having the children of the president line up ahead of prominent ministers? And nobody has spoken in that.
We are watching the whole desecration of the entire institutions, and we are seeing the end of them. And a lot of people are probably keeping quiet. Others are speaking to defend them. We will watch the burning of this kingdom. It's happening already. They will do it themselves.
They will ruin themselves. See, there is no nation in Nigeria. We were forced together. And we cannot continue to progress this way. No. Beta Edu's case. See, Beta Edu is a product of the system. In the modern day, anywhere in the world, where would you see somebody that is under investigation and still have access to all the necessary things of power?
She does.
Where is she working from? Where is she working from? How did she get that paperwork to do that email for release of money?
You are so right. She was suspended as far back as when, sir? I think it was around the.
So where is she? Since December. Since December, she's been suspended. So where is she working from? A letter paper of federal government of Nigeria requesting interparastatal release of money. See, this is complete fraud. We're in a fraudulent government. Now they will chase people. They will chase ordinary people, and they will mess them up. This is a high-profile stealing, high-profile disgrace to our nation. A minister that is under investigation for stealing, and she's still writing for more money.
So who is deceiving?
And EFCC is busy chasing binaries. They are busy chasing irrelevant things. Our money is stuck with these big people. We are going nowhere in Nigeria until we remove these people. Absolutely. Nigeria will never. North, East, and South, our politicians are a bunch of wicked people. Let me tell you, I'm originally from Ogun State.
Bless you, Baba.
Recently, Yayi, a senator, he gave out over 3 billion naira worth of equipment. What of them? They call it empowerment. Empowerment.
They have a name for it.
They call it empowerment.
Yeah,
empowerment.
Empowerment. It's called empowerment.
3 billion.
Yes, now.
Yayi is 54 years old. He got into government in 2003 as House of Rep member in Lagos State. Where is his work? What is his day job to generate 3 billion naira?
Where did he make that money?
To generate 3 billion naira to give out in one shot. This is wickedness. Our nation can never move forward with these charlatans until we start all over again. We prosper. When we were alone as a section of Nigeria under parliamentary system, that was the last prosperity that our nation enjoyed.
60 years.
Look at them today. 60 years ago, Bajabi Amila donated billions of items to Lagos State. Things that the Lagos State could not do, individual did it. And nobody's asking questions. Where is Bajamila Law Firm? Who are his clients to generate that kind of money? We are deceiving ourselves in Nigeria. I wish people that are there We know this. We speak for them. We speak for them. Many of us left because we cannot be rogues. We cannot join them. That is why we left. Like you rightly said, they are happy we left.
Yeah.
They are very happy we left.
And they do not want
but they are enjoying the remittances.
Yes.
They don't want us back. We are the problem to them. We are disturbing them. And we will continue to we are going to continue to disturb them. We will continue to be their problem.
We'll be back. Go on, sir.
We will be back. We will be back. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mayegun. Keep it loud.
Thank you very much.
We will not
tonight, okay?
stand down.
Yes, sir.
Have a nice evening.
Too, okay?
Take care.
Yes, sir. Nice one. That's that's some powerful one there. I love it. I love the authority. I love the affirmation that comes with it. They do not want us back. They want us all the way. But we will come back. Coming back means we will be their own albatross, nemesis, nightmare. Name it. So, everyone, thank you so much for spending your evening with me again tonight. We've had a good chat, I believe, okay? I am going to see you some other time. And to everybody we see here, okay, before you leave, remember, you need to like that video, okay? Like it, share it, and subscribe onto my channel, okay? And I will see you tomorrow afternoon. So, good night. And you all have a great week, I would say. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. I will see you some other time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.